I just want to make a quick note that every time I do these kind of impromptu gear videos, I seem to be wearing the same Spider-Man shirt. I do assure you I own multiple shirts, and this is just kind of a comfy, when I'm doing things around the house or studio kind of shirt. Just keeps happening. So I wanted to make a quick video here talking about the teleprompter that I've been using for the past year. In my big ultimate unboxing video, I mentioned that I'm upgrading potentially to a Parrot teleprompter, as this one is huge, takes a lot of setup time, and the Parrot seems to be a little bit better. But this is a great alternative option for those who aren't even using DSLRs in the first place, or who prefer this system. There's a couple different reasons why you might like it. This is a cheap generic teleprompter. The website on it is interactmedia.net from eBay. I got it on eBay last January or December of 2015 for about $100. Now it is fairly simple. If we take off the cloth here, we have a basic wood frame with a piece of glass and then some metal framing to actually hold it up on the tripod and to prop your actual data source, since it doesn't come with a screen of its own, of course, for that price. Now it's actually rated specifically for the Microsoft Surface, and since I have a Microsoft Surface RT that's literally doing nothing because it's pretty much worthless in 2017, that's what I've been using as my actual teleprompter. The easiest way I found to do this, there's a couple apps. There were a couple Microsoft Store apps, since again I can't run normal programs on the Surface RT, but you could also use a normal Android tablet or an iPad or something, and there's plenty of teleprompting apps on here. But the easiest way I found to do it with my Surface is to actually use PowerPoint, and then in PowerPoint, which I haven't found a way to do this in LibreOffice or Google Docs or anything else, which has driven me nuts, but the easiest way I found to do it is to use PowerPoint with a black background, because you don't want any extra light shining onto the glass. Black background, white text, and then to inverse the text boxes because it mirrors. Here, if I get this back up over top here so there's no light coming through the back of the glass. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. There's text showing on the glass that only you can see by being in front of the camera, but the lens behind the camera cannot see. So PowerPoint actually gives you the option to mirror text boxes, to completely flip them around. So I've created a PowerPoint template where all the text boxes are mirrored, pasted all my script in there, and then I grabbed a basic Initech remote control, or presenter pointer to flip through the slides, and that is fairly straightforward. That's the easiest way I found to do it for my system, but it's still a tedious system, and I don't know, I just haven't been a fan, on top of the fact that this rig is huge, because not only is the frame itself fairly big, it's actually quite heavy, especially once you get a DSLR on here, especially my heavy Canon T3i, you get a Surface tab up front. Every normal tripod I have was not heavy, or was not sturdy enough or tall enough in the first place, because I was doing a lot of stand-up videos, I still do now. I actually broke one of my tripods trying to do it. So I bought this super hefty, very strong, very big, but also bulky, and thus takes up a lot of my room, Amazon Basics tripod. It's actually an Amazon Basics tripod, but it is the most sturdy tripod I've used outside of my Manfrotto and the 1970s one that I reviewed. So you need a big, hefty tripod to make this work in the first place, or else you're not going to be able to mount it. But then it has a basic frame back here that just, you use a wing nut to screw onto the tripod mounting plate, and then it has little risers based on the height of your camera, and then you're supposed to just use a basic nut, a basic bolt to connect your camera to the mounting plate. But that is a nightmare for one, so I tried to switch over to the Arca Swiss system, which is what I use on everything else. However, the flatness of mounting the plate on here does not allow the Arca Swiss knob to turn. Even I tried using some cardboard as like washers. Just not enough space. So I ended up getting this, I don't even know the brand. I'll have a link to it in the description below. There's another quick release system that Caleb Pike over at DSLRvideoshooter.com recommended to me, and it just has a basic lever. Now those quick release plates are the worst in the world, so I would never use them on anything else, but that meant that I was able to mount up my camera and use a super quick lever to pick off the camera and go. But overall, it hasn't been a fun experience. Like, it was great getting a budget tripod and getting scripting, and so if that's what you're looking for, I highly recommend it. Just know you're dealing with a lot of tedium. Now, it does come with this black cloth, which is supposed to, be the backdrop box, to go shroud your camera and block off light from coming in. Two complaints about that. One, the material is like thin enough that light still comes through into little dots, which looks like a ton of dust on your camera lens. It's nuts. And then the actual Velcro parts for it, I've had to keep stapling back onto the fabric because they weren't really attached very well. So to compensate for the light bleed, I just grabbed a random hand towel and added on top, but that also adds extra weight, which then can make the towel go into the lens view. There's a lot of issues with it, and then I've had to use these clothespins to kind of keep the cloth out of the way, else it'll start folding into the lens view, especially with a wide angle lens as well. And it's also worth noting here that super wide angle lenses will not work in this at all because you're gonna pick up the sides of the box and things like that. So you need a kind of zoomed in lens. 20 millimeters or so on a crop sensor. I don't know about full frame, but on mine I was using the kit lens and zoomed into like 20, 24 millimeters. But the system is easy to use. Like, it was easy to build. I tried doing, I'll have a link to the upload. The footage is trash. I tried doing a Periscope stream of me building it. It didn't go so well. And again, this was like 2 years ago. But it's fairly easy to put together as long as you read the instructions and realize that the tape that indicates the camera side is actually on the wrong side. It's actually the teleprompter side. I don't know why that's wrong, but it's fairly easy to put together. It is super easy to use as long as you have a tablet that you can control. It takes a little while getting used to the teleprompting. I still get a lot of comments on some of my earlier videos using it, like, oh, he's obviously reading something because no one scripts reviews. It does make it a little obvious. That is why I'm upgrading to the Parrot system that I featured though, as it is only directly in front of the lens, so you're always looking at the lens. Video on that soon. But just wanted to review the basic generic eBay teleprompter and show you how I was using it for the past year or so and the requirements. Because again, this tripod or a bulky tripod of some sort is an absolute must.
This video is brought to you by TubeBuddy, the best tool you can get to manage your YouTube channel. Update videos in bulk, syndicate to social media, and back up your metadata and more, all with this simple browser extension. Head on over to EposVox.com/TubeBuddy to download it for free and learn more. TubeBuddy! Download for free! Learn more! I love it!
Hope you enjoyed this, another one-off gear review. If you did, smash the like button. Product link, as always, will be in the description down below. If I can find it on Amazon or B&H, I'll have an affiliate link, but I only found it on eBay, so that's probably where the link will be. Subscribe if you like this video, comment if you have anything to say, and I'll see you next time.